you so much for clicking on my video to watch. Welcome back to my How To Tuesdays. So I just started How To Tuesdays, and what it is basically either every Tuesday or every other Tuesday, depending on how the videos come out, I will be sharing with you guys my tips and techniques on how to do certain beauty related things. For today's, I'm going to be showing you guys how I contour and highlight using concealers, and you guys are going to love me because I am using an amazing concealer that is absolutely dirt cheap. I also really wanted to say, since I'm doing these videos, I'm not an expert and I'm not a professional. I'm just showing you guys my way of doing things, my tips and techniques, and share it with you. So before we get on to the video, please don't forget to subscribe. Click that little bell beside the subscribe button. That way you guys get notified every time I upload a new video. Also be sure to like this video if you enjoy my How To Tuesdays. If you'd like to know how I contour and highlight using concealer, then please just keep watching. Okay, first of all, check this out. Catrice sent over this PR box, and it is shaped as a C for Catrice. How cute is that? So I wanted to point out that they obviously sent this over to me. This video in no way is sponsored. I chose this concealer because of how affordable it is and how amazing it is. The reason why I'm showing you guys how to contour and highlight with concealer is because it can be the most affordable option. But in general, usually concealer is a lot cheaper than cream contours, or contour sticks can be very expensive, just depending on what product you're getting. You get the point. I'm using concealer today. I already know that I love this concealer. The reason for the package is because they came out with a bunch of new shades, but I have already used and love this concealer, and I've gone through 2 of them by now. When picking your shade to highlight, you want to go 1 to 2, even 3 shades lighter or darker than your natural skin tone. Obviously darker if you're going to be contouring, and then lighter for your highlight. So the shade that I use in the Catrice concealer is Porcelain, but I think this is one of their new shades, and it is called Light Natural. I want to try out one of the new shades. So the typical spots you would highlight your face is your chin, your cupid's bow, tip and bridge of the nose, center of your forehead, and then underneath your eyes. And that is just all the center spots of your face, so it's just going to brighten them, bring them out when you're out in the sun and it hits your face. You get a little bit of an extra glow and a highlight there. But those are the spots. You can pick and choose. You can just do your under eyes and not do the center of the face, but if you want it to all come together, or if you're doing more of a full coverage glam look, then maybe the whole center of your face will be your go-to. So I'm just going to take the concealer, and it has a Dofa applicator on it. You can do the technique that works best for you, or whichever way you want to. You can do stripes like this and kind of space them out and make smaller stripes as you get to the edge of your under eye like that. You could also do dots, and then that way it can be a little bit more precise and super even. Or you could also do a triangle like so, and if you do a triangle, then that's the way you can get the most coverage, because you're filling in all of the blanks in the spot that you're placing it on. You're obviously getting more product there. It really just depends on your preference. It doesn't really matter which way you put on the concealer. Usually I just get lazy and I just, you know, swipe it across. It really doesn't matter, but there is different techniques depending on what you want to do. So that's that. I usually like to put some on my eyelid too, just so I can prime my eyes and even it all out at the same time. And by the way, I love this shade. I like it better than Porcelain. Porcelain's a little bit more on the yellow side, I think, but anyways, I just am loving this color. So that's that. You can also put it underneath your contour line if you want to brighten up that area, but I don't normally do that. I know some people like to do their concealer and their contour at the same time and then blend it all together afterwards, but I like to do my concealer first, blend it out, and then I do my contour after. I like to use a dense brush to do that because it gives me the most coverage that way, and it's super easy. My favorite brush right now is the Japanesque 709 brush. It's just this kind of foundation buffing brush. It's very dense, very compact. So I just pat it out. The tip of the nose is so cute because it really just brings it out like a little button nose. And as you can hopefully see, it is just brightening the center of my face, making it look a little bit more alive. Very straightforward and pretty simple to explain. If you wanted to use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, obviously do that. Again, it's just your preference. That way it just shears it out a little bit and can make it look more dewy if the blender is damp. I like it to be more full coverage, especially underneath my eyes because I have lots of discoloration there. Okay, so now I have all of my concealer on. If you want more coverage, you can put more on. You can use less, just whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna pop a little bit extra underneath my eyes. So that's where I get the most blue and purple discoloration, so I like to add some more coverage there and make sure that that particular spot is brightened up and not looking dull. Moving on to the contour now. I'm not going to set my concealer yet with any powder because if I do that, then it could interfere with the contour because it is a liquid, and if you put powder on and then liquid on, it's very hard to blend out and can end up being really patchy. I think I'm going to try this shade called Bronze. Seems like a safe bet. Again, choosing a shade that is much darker than my natural skin tone. So I have a dog hair on my eyelash, story of my life. Okay, so with contouring, it chisels your face and sculpts it. So typically people will contour to slim down their face, and it really brings out and makes more definition to your facial features. You can contour your face different ways if you want to look more round, etc. The most popular way contour is used is to slim down your face. So the spots for contouring are into the hollows of your cheeks. So if you suck your cheeks in, you'll be able to see that line right there. Mine is pretty apparent, like it's just there. Everyone's is different. So if you suck in your face, then you'll know exactly where they are. That will be the spot where you will put your cheek contour. You can put contour underneath your lip to make it look more plump and bigger. Contouring creates a shadow, so your features will stand out more, so your bottom lip will look like it's a little bit more pouty, and then you could do right here on either sides of your top lip to make it look more pouty at the top. Other spots are your jawline, so you can take your contour on the side of your jaw and then along it, and you can connect it with your underneath your chin here. You could just do this part right here, which is the part I'm gonna do, and I'll show you in a second. The other spots are right here along your forehead, sides, and the tip of your nose. You can contour all different types of ways. There is so many spots you can pop your contour. I'll show you the spots that I like to do. So I start it about here, and I just about my way along. So I just like to go that far in because once I blend it out, it will extend and take the product further, so I don't want to put too much on. I love to do underneath my lip because I love my lip looking extra pouty. I just run it along under my lip like that. I'll do a little bit here on the sides of my upper lip just to show you, but I don't typically do this. It also makes you look like you have a mustache after. And then I like to do just right here on my jaw, and then underneath my chin. And I like to put my contour just right here on my forehead. I don't take it all the way down, but again, you can do that if that's what you want to do. And then I never contour my nose, but just to show you guys, I will do a little bit. And if I do contour, I'll just put a little bit underneath my nose. I'll just pop a little bit here. Typically, you would go on either side of the bridge of your nose if you're going to contour it, and then connect it here at your nose. There's so many different ways to contour. It depends on your face shape, depends on what you like, but now this is what I do. When I'm doing a liquid or a cream contour, I love to use a duo fiber brush. It doesn't make it too harsh because the duo fiber brush is very thin. It doesn't make your contour too pigmented because it can be easy to go overboard with that. This way it shears it out very nicely. So all I do is now just blend it out. So as you can see, it's creating those shadows and just slimming down the face. You could also use whatever brush you wanted to for this, or a beauty sponge. I just find the duo fiber brush to be the one that works best for me. Okay, it looks a little bit crazy right now because I haven't cleaned it up with powder or anything yet. And my nose always looks ridiculous. This is why I don't contour my nose, because I feel like it looks ridiculous on me. Maybe one day I'll learn how to do it better and it will be fine. I know this video is about how to contour and highlight with concealer, but I'm going to include the powder part in this as well because I feel like it's pretty helpful and also a necessary step if you don't want to crease up and have your contour looking crazy. I just pick it up on my Real Techniques diamond sponge. It's just a sponge with a very pointy tip, and I really need to clean it. I need to stop being so disgusting and just clean it next time I film. You just want to place your powder basically everywhere you place your concealer to set it. So underneath your eyes. I'm also going to be baking with this powder. What baking is you just place the powder on top of your concealer. You don't press it in all the way and you don't pat it in. You kind of let it sit on top of your concealer and it locks it into place a lot better. You can just set your concealer if you want. Just when you bake, it allows it to last a lot longer basically. And then other spots you would want to put it, if you contour your nose, You'd probably want to put it down the center just to make sure your contour is spaced out on either side, and then take it along the sides of your nose. Just not touching your actual contour because you don't want to wipe that away. And then take it on my chin. And then another spot you'd want to put it is right underneath your contour that you place into the hollows of your cheeks. And just going right below that line, just cleaning it up, because sometimes when you pop on your contour, it will drag down farther than you'd want it. You just want it right into the hollows of your cheeks, and when it drags down, you can just clean it up with some powder. So that's just what I'm doing right now. And then I'm just gonna pop a little bit right here and at the center of my forehead. So with baking, you just want to leave it on for a couple minutes. Some people leave it on for up to 15 minutes. It just depends on what you want to do. I have fairly dry skin, so I don't like to leave it on for that long. If you have oily skin, you might want to leave it on for longer, because then it will help just lock your concealer into place and not smudge about. But I just leave mine on for a couple minutes, and then I just wipe away all of the excess powder that's on my face. And then, as you can see, it completely cleans up your face, and it leaves your contour and highlight exactly where you put them. So I just cleaned up and made a very sharp and precise line underneath my cheekbones here. My jawline is much more prominent now. You can see my nose contour has cleaned up a lot from what it looked like before. Okay guys, well that's it for the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. That is how I contour and highlight using concealer. It's pretty straightforward and basic, and obviously you can do the same techniques if you're going to use a cream contour or a contour stick or a cream highlighter, anything like that. I just specifically wanted to share how I do it with concealer, and just in case you didn't know if you could do it with concealer, you can, and I wanted to let you know. I hope I explained everything okay for you guys. I hope I went into enough detail. If you had any extra questions that I missed, then just leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. Also, let me know what how-to video you want to see next. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave, like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!